Speaking of
There we
thick
go.
things that I can't get my hands around.
That was earlier. That was shut up. My wife doesn't know yet.
That's how I paid for the iPad.
Ooh. Now we're filming on a different app.
This doesn't taste very good.
No?
No, it needs more.
You want to try the other one?
Let me just lick the top.
I don't care. Saliva.
That's what I tell my wife.
What? I wasn't worried earlier before we were filming.
That's what I tell my wife. Saliva. Whether you're kissing me or kissing her.
Rob is now full of energy.
And penis.
Speaking of penis, old. Speaking of your penis.
I like how it's my penis. Yeah, let's go through this movie.
Oh my God. Oh my. I feel bad for anyone who is like, M. Night Shyamalan, this will be great. And they go to the theater and watch this.
Dude, I read some of the fucking notes on Reddit, and the people that are trying to justify this movie,
No.
you're like, oh my God. Like, your standard. So, when a director falls as far as he has,
I think this is his lowest.
no, you know what? Last Airbender's his lowest.
Okay,
But,
sorry.
yeah,
Well,
but what?
if you went into Last Airbender as a Last Airbender fan,
Then it would be
then
bad.
it would be the worst thing ever. And I went into it having watched some of the cartoons, so I knew. But if you didn't, it would be okay.
It was bad for the same reasons this was bad.
No.
Oh, I think so.
No.
Because so M. Night Shyamalan started with The Sixth Sense, which I still believe is his second best movie. It's a fine movie, but it's his second best. Unbreakable is spectacular. It is amazingly done. It's a good story. It's good acting. It's so well done. And then you get Signs.
I love Signs. It's a personal favorite.
Signs is fantastic until the last 15 minutes. And then you're like, what? And collectively in the theater, because I went and saw it in the theater on opening fucking weekend, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience because all of us were there. She was my girlfriend at the time, was right beside me. She's my wife now. And she was like fucking grabbing onto my arm, and I looked around, and all the girls were grabbing on the boyfriend, and even the guys were like fucking
Yeah,
scared.
the clicking noises.
It was great. And I was like, oh my God, this is what a horror movie's supposed to be.
Yeah, it was tense.
And then at the end, they're like, oh, water kills them. And I remember looking at other people in the audience going, what? They come to a fucking planet made of 80% water and water? That's like us going to a planet made of battery acid.
Well, you don't have a choice. There's life there.
They can make life somewhere else. What? Why would you go? That's like us going, hey, you know what? Let's go to the moon. Well, you can't breathe there and you'll float away. I don't care. It
We
doesn't
did
matter.
go to the moon.
Go to the moon. No, but live there.
But
Hey, you know what? We should go to Mars.
that is an eventual plan.
Let's go to Mars.
That's the plan.
But with nothing. Just ourselves.
But they don't
Let's go to
have
Mars.
nothing. You don't know that.
On Mars, if we go to Mars, we'll go there. Oh shit, we can't breathe. Doesn't matter. Oh wait, shit, gravity's gonna crush us. No, it doesn't matter. That's fine. Shut up. That's what the end of Signs was.
Anyway, go on.
And then he makes The Village, and you're like,
Oh,
what?
we were hoping for so much out of the village.
And then
just
he
was
made
all
what's
fell
the other
flat.
one? Oh, there's that fucking fly.
There's
he made
a-
Lady in the Water.
Yeah, which was okay.
No,
No,
Lady
that
in the
was
Water
good.
blows.
It was okay.
And so the whole reason I'm bringing it up is
You
was
forgot
Sixth
about
Sense.
the grandma's house.
The Visit. That was so bad. But there was Devil. There's other ones he produced and stuff, but there was
Devil? Was that? That's
the
not
one in the
I
elevator.
like that one actually.
He was a producer on that one.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But my whole point is there was Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, and then it was a fucking just a downward drop. It was just a fucking neutron bomb falling towards the ground. And every movie he made, I want to say after Signs and a little bit of The Village, Paul Giamatti does as good as he can because he's an adequate actor.
He's awesome. Shut up,
Shut your face. But
Paul Giamatti.
yeah, the guy that can't even pronounce his name.
I
Oh,
can't
he's a great
pronounce
actor.
anything. That's not fair.
But M. Night Shyamalan, for some reason, and I can't figure out why, I've gone back and I've watched Sixth Sense and Unbreakable again, and this issue is not there. He doesn't seem to fucking care about what people are saying or how they're saying it. Like, this movie, and
So lazy.
holy Christ, right? And so bad. Now Rufus Sewell is a good actor. He's the guy that played the doctor. Here is I'm not going to exaggerate. I'm not going to be my typical self. This is bullshit. Here's exactly how this scene plays out. This black woman falls on the ground, starts having a seizure, right? Because she has epilepsy. Rufus Sewell, as the doctor, comes walking to the screen, kneels down. I'm a doctor. What's the matter? And her husband goes, a Chinese guy, goes, she has epilepsy. And Rufus Sewell goes, like you literally hear him breathe out. She's having a grand mal seizure. She'll be done in a minute. Just leave her here on the ground and she should be fine.
He literally says something like, I can
leave
help.
Her on. He doesn't say he can help.
I swear he said, like, I'm a doctor, I can help. And then he just doesn't.
Well, okay, maybe he says, I'm a doctor, I can help. But he literally just cuts it in the frame and goes, I'm a doctor. Oh, she's having a grand mal seizure. Just leave her here and she'll be fine. And then he just gets up and walks the fuck away. And then,
well, that's
literally
part of his eventual condition.
Literally a second later, like there was no room for a beat here. The wife goes, oh, man, I guess I ruined everyone's holiday, didn't I? She sits up, and her husband says, are you all right? Yeah, just sit here for a second. You'll be fine. And then a fucking waitress comes over and goes, can I get you something to drink? The fucking doctor, who should be 5 feet away, would have heard all this and said, I fucking told you to lay down and stay there.
Yeah.
It
But she did stay there. She just sat up.
And then she had a drink, and then who knows how long after that she got up. It was mind-boggling.
If I had a seizure, I'm gonna go get a drink. Alcohol.
Okay. Put it this way: you have a seizure and freak the fuck out. If a doctor says, "Phil, lay there, don't move."
Yeah, I'm just gonna rest.
Yeah, you're not gonna go. You know what I need? A fucking drink and get up. And there was so many scenes like that where a guy comes in and says, "Oh my goodness, we're old now. Bye." And then he just fucking it'll follow me out. But
unlike the cameras in the movie, who will just follow nothing.
There were so many scenes.
I have to get into that. The worst thing about this movie, in my opinion, was the cameras that would go off scene and then come back to the same place for no reason. It's normally you would do this because it's a movie about time flying fast, right? Things change. You did these camera angles that went off screen. Mm-hmm. You come back, they should age right after that.
Nobody's aged, no nothing.
That should be your tool.
Now, what I like was they all show up and they're like, this character setup is so fucking lazy. So there's the doctor. He's got his hot young wife and his daughter.
Not hot.
I thought she was all right. Not great. She's all right.
Anorexic. She was supposed to be for the reason of like.
She's a hot doctor. She's a hot doctor wife. She's a trophy wife.
Also a social media type.
Who cares?
Girl, you know.
Social media type
TikToker.
Girl. I believe that. Yeah, TikToker. How come she's not here with us? Fucking Photoshop her right there.
Because we're not. Fuck.
Now you got to do it. Oh, hi.
In the middle of the
boner lady. So here's how this scene goes where we first meet her. The guy goes, "Hey, what would you recommend?" Also, this is called the calcium shake. Does it have a lot of calcium? I have a calcium deficiency, so I need a lot of calcium. Does it have calcium? Yes, it's very rich in calcium. Okay, great. I'm like, wow, I wonder if that's gonna fucking come up again in this movie. Like it is literally dropped or in your fucking lap like that.
The decoding of the phrase.
Oh god.
The secret decoding, and then they don't even go back to it properly. They did at the end, and it was just a stupid payout that was like.
My dad says avoid the algae or go to the fucking coral.
My dad hates the coral, and I'm just like,
my uncle hates the coral.
You couldn't have done this better.
But so they go to the beach, and the owner says, "Hey, I know a private island a private beach that you can go to." So right there, you're like, okay, this
happens at resorts a lot.
Yeah, but this resort guy must know this beach kills people, right? Like he must.
Yeah, that's your mentality because it's a movie. Yeah, sure.
But also because you know that
you've seen the trailer.
Yeah, you've seen the trailer, so you know what happens. So you're like, okay, these guys are going to try to set them up.
Okay.
So they go to the beach, and I'm going to try to walk people through what I remember, because I feel like there are parts maybe of my brain that turned off because it almost imploded. They go to the beach, and there's we see in the start, there's a big black dude, and his white girlfriend goes out into the water, and then that scene cuts. You're like, all right, we're going to come back to that.
Naked.
And then
naked. Yeah.
But they go to
she
him,
had a nice ass.
and he's sitting on the so the whole family shows up on the
He's like
beach,
frozen on the rocks.
but he's not frozen. He's just kind of like stupefied.
Yeah.
And his nose is bleeding.
Stoic.
No, he was literally quite like he was stupefied for a moment.
Yeah.
And then the daughter goes. Now there's a lot of. I'm not a rap fan. And there's a lot of names that you would consider stupid rap names.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like a lot of people would look at like death metal or the metal that I listen to. Oh, those are fucking stupid names. This fucking guy's name that he goes by is Mid-Sized Sedan.
Oh, I loved it.
And I'm like, the daughter goes, Dad, that's Mid-Sized Sedan.
I loved that.
And the father's like, what? Yeah. And I was like, holy fuck, that's dumb.
That was good. That was just
dumb.
like playing on the fact of what you just said.
And then they go over to the rapper, and he's like, what's up, dog? Dog, I didn't do nothing, bro. Didn't do. And when he first started saying that, I'm like, okay, this was
that was after they
but
discovered the body.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, they discover his girlfriend. She's in the water. She's all old. She's dead now. The end. But they're talking to
That's the movie.
they're talking to Honda Odyssey, and he says the way he's talking, he's like, bro, I didn't do nothing, bro. Can't prove it, bro. Don't touch me, bro. I thought they were gonna be that. Okay, he was like maybe like an 11-year-old kid that was trying to be tough, and he had grown.
That'd be cool.
That's what I thought they were gonna fucking do.
Yeah.
But no, he's just a guy that never ages. And then they have to make a fucking joke.
Which was weird.
Because didn't you hear the fucking joke that him and the nurse make? They're like, now they wish they could be black because apparently black people don't age.
Maybe it's just the fact that like when they age, they don't. It's not as obvious.
Visible.
Yeah.
But it was such.
I don't know if that's racist.
It's not
I have
racist.
no idea.
It's supposed to be a joke, but it was such the wrong time for a joke, and it's delivered so poorly. Everything in this movie is delivered poorly. I don't know where I'm looking. Where the fuck is the camera in there, or the lens? Is it there? Right, I'm just gonna look in outer space. Every line is delivered.
It's right there.
Every line is delivered so bad, and so they discover what's his name again, Kia Sedona, and they're like, okay, we're gonna. Kia Sedona says, his nose is bleeding. And he's like, I have a blood disorder. And they're like, oh, okay. They're like, who cares? Like, why is your nose bleeding?
They're trying to lay hints throughout, and it's just really bad.
But the hints go nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be, it's like the fucking Room when the mom's like, oh, I have breast cancer. And then that's never, ever fucking brought up again.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is.
No, it's not. In that movie, it's never brought up again. In The Room, I mean, you're talking about.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were talking about the mother who has.
The fucking tumor.
Stomach. Yeah.
There's so much to talk about in this movie. So let me just fucking motor through it like a coke addict. So Kia Sedona says, I got a blood disorder. And then this mom's acting was Gal Gadot level bad acting.
I don't know why they got such bad actors.
They're so
as
bad.
mains.
And the worst is Rufus Sewell is a good actor. Holy fuck, he's a good actor. And then you watch him with this, he's so fucking bad.
It comes down to the directing, and like maybe M. Night Shyamalan is an addict now or something. Like, so I'm not joking about addicts, but
I do.
You know how the industry is that we get to like what's his face who's in that movie we hated.
That movie
where he called it in.
For me, that doesn't fucking help. Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. There's a new movie coming out. Did you see the trailer?
How do I know that that's who you're fucking talking about?
Did you see the trailer for the new movie that's coming? Oh,
is it one of the deep fake ones, or is he really in it?
He's really in it. It's like that movie. But maybe I'll do a TikTok exclusive of you watching
fucking
it.
Me.
He's just
me sleeping on the side of my chair.
Bruce Willis, I wish you would come back to us.
But
he's got to be medical
Bruce
issues.
Willis now. No, Bruce Willis, I think, is to the point now where he doesn't want to make movies anymore, but people want to pay him to be in movies. So he's like, I'm gonna be terrible, to the point where you're like, holy fuck, dude, nobody ever hired Bruce
He's
Willis
Nicolas
ever again.
Cage level, like before the most recent movie that made him pig.
I'm looking forward to Prisoners of Ghostland. It kind of looks.
It
a
looks
little
like
fucking-
shit.
I think it looks fun.
I
I'm
think-
gonna have a ball with that.
I think
shit.
you'll be disappointed.
I won't be. You
We
know
can-
what fucking
we can
disappointed
review
me?
it.
Fucking old.
We can review it. We watched Old. We'll watch anything.
But okay, we got to talk about old. This is going to be 1,000 hours long.
Damn it.
So the next scene that's really, I mean, they're all stupid, but the ones that stick out is how does
There's
this
so
happen
many.
again?
You're having a me moment.
They realize that the mom
the
of
caffeine.
the doctor, she dies or something. His mom dies somehow. So this
Yeah, she
sets his
aged.
dementia. But you don't see it. She didn't turn.
No.
It wasn't like fucking Last Crusade where the guy fucking grows hair and then turns into a skeleton.
The issue is they didn't have the money.
I
They
don't. I
obviously-
disagree.
They obviously didn't have the money. They flew the actors to a private area, the tropical private area,
My tropical
and
private
they did,
area.
Where did they do any on-screen aging?
Oh, they didn't do any.
None. So the biggest shot, that the most expensive shot, was probably the diving in the coral shot.
And I don't know if money was the issue, but
Oh,
I
it
think
was
it
the
was. I think it was a director choice.
Oh,
But
probably was, but it was probably money.
So the cameo, because he always has to cameo in his movies. He's the bus driver that drives him to the island, and at the end, he's pulling out a thing of like a cooler of food. Give it to the guy. Here, there's a lot of food. The guy's like, "There's a lot of food here." Yeah. Kids eat a lot. Okay, you take that. Go to the thing. Bye.
There was a
And then he
call up
drives
to that.
away.
That was the only reason they had showed that moment, was because they called back to it when the kids were
But
like, they
he's-
would said like, "Oh, well, kids need a lot of."
But how quick does he want to get out of that scene? Yeah, take this,
yeah,
take
yeah.
this. Oh, the kids need a lot of food. All right, I gotta go. Like, he does not want to be. He doesn't want to be directing this movie. He doesn't want to act in the movie. He
Oh,
wants
you're
no
talking about
fucking
his
part of it.
cameo, yeah.
Yeah, but then
That's how he acts in every cameo.
not really. When you watch him in Sixth Sense and when you watch him in Unbreakable, he is taking it. Even in Signs,
Yeah.
he is taking it more seriously. This
True.
he does not fucking care.
But
to
I
be
think
there.
that was his point. Like, he was supposed to shoo them off, get them onto the island.
I think that's how he is as an actor.
Because-
or now he
because
just does
job.
not
His
care.
job is to get them.
Does
to
not fucking care anymore. Yep.
The role is that guy who brings them to the beach and delivers them to their death.
Okay.
That's just the role of that one character.
But you're
so that
telling
one
me that
character
guy needs to be like, oh yeah, kids need a lot. Okay, go, get lost, get
yes,
lost.
yes.
I think it's stupid.
I think his job is to get them there, and if he can't get them there, there's a big, huge problem, because that's
just
the
fucking
main
throw him on
issue.
the island.
That's a huge issue, considering that's the point of them being there at all.
So they're on this island, and the way that they're showing the kids' age is ridiculous. They're showing like
Shoot
over
the
the
back-
shoulder shots from the back
From
that
their
are
back,
blurred
yeah.
out. So I'm like, holy fuck, this hurts my eyes.
Yeah.
And then they cut over to the kids. Now, I'm much so the ages are he's 6, and then he goes to roughly 11, and then he goes to like 20, right?
Yeah.
Also, these kids' names are fucking Maddox. Like, of course, white people would have a kid named Maddox.
What's the girl's name? Oh,
Maddox is the girl's name, yeah,
yeah.
and like fucking Trent or something is the boy's name.
Trent.
Some white person name.
White privilege name.
But fuck, now I lost the train of thought. Oh yeah, so the girl is wearing like a little girl's
Swimsuit. Yeah.
arguably bikini, like a
Yeah.
little, but I don't know what they call them for little girls, but like, you know, it covers the chest area and stuff.
Yeah.
And
It's a
then
bikini.
she becomes a 13-year-old, I'd say.
Yeah. She's
And-
got a little bit more to show.
Yeah, and but what's
it's
funny,
the same size.
yeah, is
It's not really
why
tight.
did her swimsuit grow with her? And then
They're like,
fucking
oh, it's tight. It's not. It didn't.
and
It's
then
the
she
same.
grows older as the movie progresses, and her swimsuit stay. It keeps on. Now
It's slightly tighter, and then the
Okay.
mom's like, I
There's
have
also
I have
a
an
big-
extra bikini.
there's a big fucking difference between a goddamn 11-year-old girl's hips and body shape
Oh, yeah.
and a fucking 25-year-old girl's hips and body shape. Like a massive
But
difference.
if they did that, okay.
You know how you fucking do it?
I'm gonna go back on
You
myself
let
on
that
this.
rip, And then
off camera or
off
like
camera, and they're like,
slightly
"Oh my
on-
god,
yeah.
I'm all naked." So then you have
But
a
you
fucking
can't
beach
sexualize
blanket.
a 13-year-old.
Then you have a beach blanket. You have something, and you include the girl doesn't understand why everyone's like, "Oh my god, cover yourself."
Yeah.
Because remember, in her fucking brain, oh no, that's not true. She's like an 11-year-old, so she understands now that hey, I'm not supposed to show my private parts anywhere.
Yeah, but she could still be in a blanket or a towel. Yeah.
But you can play with because they're supposed to say children, and this is another fucking point that I've got on my list of 10,000 points about this movie. But the point is, this one thing that bothered me was their swimsuits are never skin tight.
No.
They're always loose fitting, like Trent's fucking thing. Always fucking loose fitting.
The funny thing is they're like worried about sexualizing in that way, but then when she's 17, 18, over sexualized. Every scene is her boobs jumping around in a
Bikini.
suggestive bikini. It's not even like
How is any bikini
tight.
not suggestive?
No, but come on. There was
No,
like
I'm not
her
saying hers
boobs
weren't,
were just going.
but
boom,
all
boom,
bikinis
boom.
are relatively suggestive,
I'm just like, mom's got some nice bikini. Like
right? But so there's that. That's
this
stupid.
this movie is like, once you get to a certain age, we're gonna over sexualize you.
But then, so the other argument, and I'm gonna have to go quicker, or I'm gonna take fucking 10 hours.
It's okay. We've got a podcast.
We should have like old part 1, 2, and 3. But
Because people want to watch that much.
they're supposed to be like 6 years old and 11 years old. They start acting like adults by the end of it.
They started acting like adults when they were toddlers. Or when they
That's
started.
what they're trying. They're trying to
is
say that he
weird.
walks around to people and goes, "Oh, hi, my name's Trent. What's your profession and how old are you?"
Yeah, he was using big words that you like.
Sure. But
Maybe
then,
my son would use.
But then, okay, now picture your son saying this. Your son is all grown up, like, he's 6 years old, and he's on a miraculous M. Night Shyamalan island with fucking Honda Odyssey, and he becomes
Yeah.
46-year-old. And they say, hey, we're going to take you to see your aunt. How do you think your aunt's going to feel about this? Do you think your fucking son would turn around and go, how do you think she'd feel about seeing her 6-year-old nephew looking like a grown man? That's not something your 6-year-old son's gonna say. There's so much in this fucking
they
movie.
explained that in a different way where they were just like,
No
My-
6-year-old would ever say that.
my mind is changing.
That's so dumb. And they do that. They're like, oh, now I see colors and shit. Where,
My thoughts. I have multiple thoughts now at the same time. Instead of what before. So kids only have one thought at the same time, and adults have like 26.
what about like emotionally
Is that
maturing
real?
and all shit? Like all that. Fuck that. Now, this is my other. I have tons of big problems. This is
There's so many.
another thing that
This is one where I completely agree with you.
and then I'll get to the points of the movie that made me laugh, which shouldn't have. They're supposed to be scary, but I was laughing. Honestly, with one, I was laugh out loud, laughing my fucking head off. But my other problem.
Did you
is-
watch this with anyone else?
No, just by myself.
Okay.
But everybody could hear me fucking laughing. And I've said that I
It's
want.
not that I want proof. I'm just,
I've said that I want to watch this with everybody because it's
yeah.
so bad.
it's totally one of those bad movies
Oh,
that you can
fuck.
just laugh at.
The
Cringe
shit.
through.
No, I forgot the other one. It was the swimsuits. Oh, so as they are getting.
Tight.
Oh,
The only way it shows that anything's tight in
as
this
they're
movie.
getting older. Now, you've been a man, I'm assuming, for a while.
What?
As you
Tell
get
my wife.
older,
Tell my wife, please.
especially as you hit puberty, some interesting body changes start happening to your body. Okay?
Yeah.
One of them,
I can tuck it between my legs and look like a woman.
you're talking about your stomach?
Yes. Soon. Once if I lose all this weight, I can just like.
That's just what we need. Then we'll have to have a camera below the
I'm
table.
not
too.
showing that.
I would. It'd be your gunt.
I'll hit you with it every time I turn around. I'll do the helicopter, but with my fat.
I give this 2 gunts out of 5.
Oh my god.
All right, hold on. Shut up. God damn it! I keep on losing my fucking train of thought.
So-
Oh yeah. So when
Star
you go
Trek
through puberty,
laser. Yeah.
what's one thing that happens during puberty is you start
God.
growing. Oh shit! Sorry. No, wait. So they try to treat it scientifically. They're like, maybe the rocks that are behind us are aging,
Magnify
are
or
magnifying
whatever,
and
yeah.
aging our eons and our fucking
Focusing.
metachlorians and blah blah blah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, okay, you want to put fucking science to this shit? You got to put it to fucking everything. You can't pick and choose. It's like religion. You can't pick and choose the ones you like. So if you're a boy and you're growing super fast, you know what your fucking body is going to do? You're going to grow hair everywhere. It's part of being a boy. Why does this fucking Trent have 5 o'clock shadow or just under? He's clean shaven, like not, but he's one of those guys. He looks roughly maybe Middle Eastern. The guy playing Trent. He's not Caucasian. He's not Caucasian. He's not black.
Not the kid.
The kid, yeah, the kid with the little mole.
Oh, he's like Jewish.
Yeah, but he's definitely not.
He's totally Jewish.
But he's not like white Caucasian. There's some sort of.
He's Jewish.
Yeah,
Like Israel Jewish.
Israel. Okay, you're saying he's just Jewish. I'm like, you have white people that are Jewish, dummy. But you mean he's?
They all come from the same
Oh
place.
Christ! Now it's got to be cut out.
Oh, geez.
I like how it moved over there, and now it's staying on
like,
you.
just stay on me. No, go somewhere else.
But so he's going to. He looks like he has a lot of beard, right? But he is. Why is it just on me? I just looked at him now. But why is he constantly clean shaven? If he's going through puberty to the point that he can impregnate someone, which we'll talk about in a second, why doesn't he have hair coming out of everywhere? Like the peanut butter solution. He should have fucking hair. He should have a fucking beard and he should look like God.
Rob, every time the camera went off,
That's when he was shaving.
and then
They
came
should have
back.
had some product placement for that.
Yeah,
They
Bic.
should have had like, oh my God,
Gillette.
you know the only thing that's good is this amazing Bic razor.
The
So
Philips One Shave.
oh my God.
Philips, please send me some razors.
That was awful. And so now we have to get
My name,
to
Philip.
the one that made me laugh the most. So him and Kara, who's what are you doing? Yeah, that's a wall. I think Phil's having a stroke.
Oh, I thought it was a hair on the screen.
What a fucking idiot.
It looks like okay, go on. It looks like a
ruined
hair
it.
on the
You
screen.
know we're talking about this movie old.
I'm sorry, it's a bad movie. Go on.
So
The funniest movie.
him and Kara, I guess decide to fuck. Oh no, let's talk about taking out the tumor first. So they're like, okay, she's got a tumor, and the
Welcome to the ADHD podcast.
the mother has a tumor, and they're like, oh, it's the size of like a golf ball, and the doctor goes, no, it's about the size of like a watermelon or a mid-sized sedan, and they cut her open with, I guess someone has sewing supplies, and they cut her open with sewing supplies.
No, it's the knife that he was using to cut everyone earlier.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
But they cut out this tumor, and then they just lift it. They're like, wow, that's a big tumor. Now, a tumor is usually connected to shit inside of
Yeah.
your body. It just doesn't grow like fucking
Yep.
Dippin' Dots inside of your body. They don't cut it off everything.
It has no gravity.
They
It's
just cut,
floating
and
there.
they're like, oh, wow, this is like a softball. What the fuck do they do with it?
Okay. Also, they were avoiding using more CG. They're like, okay, they cut the opening.
Hold it open. It was like
Yeah.
a radio show.
It like because everyone's aging so fast, the scar closes, the incision closes so fast.
Yep.
They're like, hold it open. Like that would even work in that case. They're like, oh, it's going around the
They
fingers.
would just fucking fuse your fingers in there.
exactly, and they were trying to say that, but then nothing happened.
And then they take away this tumor that looks like a little softball.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Oh, you're fine now. Oh, thank God.
And you would think he would be like, I can't get my fingers. Let me tear them out. No.
So stupid. So there's that. And that's just, you're watching it going, oh my God, this is dumb. And there's tense music and you're supposed to be, it's terrible.
And then she heals and gets up.
Yep.
Like,
That's what I mean. She's
oh,
like,
we
oh,
took
man,
a tumor
God,
out
I
of
feel
you.
great now that I don't have a tumor
okay,
in me.
I'm great.
But then, okay, so the whole time they're pulling the tumor out of her, her son Trent and the doctor's daughter Kara,
They're hanging out in a tent that they
and
made.
hanging out in a tent,
as
and they're
kids.
getting older.
It's not a tent. It's like a little fort, but yeah.
Sure. And then
They don't realize they're getting older either, which is weird. Oh, look at your boobs grow.
now, this is they avoid this in the movie, but because they want to inject logic into it, you have to go here. Now, would a 6-year-old boy, because old fucking magnets and rocks, and blah blah blah. If a 6-year-old boy, now of course he's aging, right? I get it, and she's aging as well. But you have to remember, they're trying to argue that in their brains they're 6. When would he get the impulse, or when would she get the urge to do what they naturally have to do?
I think the unspoken thing was like, you know how kids play doctor? Like that
Okay.
whole trope that never really actually, like, did you play doctor as a kid?
I might have. I don't remember.
I don't
I know
think
that I
did.
wasn't thinking about playing doctor when I was 6. Maybe when I was like 11 or 12.
Like,
which
I
guess
don't
fair, but
mean
their brain is
I
still
don't
supposed to
mean
be
the
6.
time with your uncle.
He was my doctor, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, I don't mean.
He's like,
to
Rob, my
bring up
fingers are
bad.
getting stuck inside this incision.
No, I'm not joking about tragedy.
Ass
Sorry.
rape. Ass rape is fine if the person says rape my ass.
So I think the trope there was kids play doctor, and then they might have played doctor in there because they've got these built up emotions,
we urges.
urges. Yes, urges.
Horny is not an emotion.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is in my house.
No, I have urges here. Hungry, horny,
Hangry.
sleepy. I'm like the
merge them.
I'm like the 7 dwarves walking around the house. But
My wife gets hangry a lot.
so for dick, so they fuck each other,
Fortunately, not.
and the way that this scene is delivered
I'm married.
is so comically inept. And
Stupid, yeah.
I don't know how anyone watched this and they were like, "Yep, that's what we're gonna go with," because they show
Oh
up.
my god! Post like doing like
They
the
should have said,
editing
"Cut
afterwards.
this fucking
Oh my
scene
god!
out," because all of it's stupid.
I would love to be in. You know how the director will sit there and watch it after a couple times,
It's called
probably.
editing, yeah.
Yeah. Well, after that, like where it's like it's you. They do it during editing. They sit there with their
And then
editors,
they'll show like like rough cuts. And
but
stuff
then
like
they'll
that
do
to
the
people.
rough cuts and stuff, and it'll be like, I can't. I'd love to be in that little theater and see not only the director but like there's corporate.
Yep, his producers and everything.
Oh
watching
yeah,
going,
this was great.
yeah. Oh man, I was scared.
This is gonna get lots of money.
So her stomach inflates like a water balloon because I guess it's a baby growing super fast.
They don't even touch on it. She
They've-
just comes running out.
They've already said that, hey, kids need a lot of food. You know who else needs a lot of fucking food? If you've ever known a pregnant woman, they eat like fucking voracious dinosaurs.
But she ended up doing that.
When?
They touched on that. The pasta salad.
Oh, she had pasta salad
was
to
an
grow the child inside of her.
Awkward situation.
My fucking wife could eat 9 pasta salads when she was fucking pregnant with our kids.
But she didn't grow within.
That means that this girl should
30
have been
seconds.
eating fucking nonstop. Like, oh my god, oh, feed me, feed me, feed me.
Okay, touch
She
it.
should have been like the fucking Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me, Seymour.
Move on to the birth,
So they move on to the birth.
which was 9 seconds
Whatever.
later.
Yeah, this kid gets spit out and it's born. This was fantastically stupid. I loved it.
I loved it because it made sense.
No, it didn't.
It finally made sense.
This made absolutely no sense.
The baby
This
died.
was the dumbest part of the movie.
The baby died.
Now, why does the baby die?
Because it can't eat fast enough.
no, that's wrong. They tell you why the fucking baby died.
That's the reason.
No, it's not. They told the fucking black lady told you the reason the baby died.
Oh, to touch time or something.
No,
right?
it didn't get enough attention. She put it down onto the fucking towel. They just had it down on the towel for a second and it died because
What's
it didn't
a
get
second
enough
in
attention.
that much time?
Who cares? But the point is, they said it died.
If you're arguing about it, you
because
care.
it got no attention. And she says it died because it got no attention. And the music's all sweeping and everyone's crying.
Camera.
Dude,
Camera. There you go.
we need to be like we're in the fucking we're in an Alfred Hitchcock movie in the back of a car. We've got to be moving around.
They need like a thing where you press a part of the
Can
screen.
I do this? Oh no, hold on, not down. I don't want to do it like that.
It's like if you touch the corner, it goes over to the right.
See, we got to do that. Hold on, like go this way. We're in a car. Oh shit! Get a car scene behind us. So we're turning this way. Now we're turning this way.
God damn it.
You're supposed to fucking turn.
No, I'm
What do you have no
done.
center of gravity, so you
Oh.
don't turn when the car turns? But okay, so the next scene.
To me, it made sense in terms of the baby needs to eat right away. It needs the boob, right? And it's been a minute.
Then the same should be happening to all of them.
I agree.
Stupid.
Imagine the whole movie is them eating. I'm getting old. Ah.
Fucking chewing on each other's legs and shit.
There's a whole another movie right there.
But then, so I don't care about it. The rest of it sucks. And then, but the other part that made me fucking happy.
What's the Pulp Fiction director?
Quentin Tarantino.
Get him to do this movie.
the next part that maybe I was in fucking stitches was beauty queen Instagram mother, because of her calcium deficiency. She develops like a huge hump on her back, I guess. I don't know why. The rest of her doesn't age, but I guess without calcium, she grew more bones. Because as we all know,
What's that back thing? Isn't it that thing where they slowly hunch?
yeah, calcium deficiency. It's where you don't have enough calcium, so your body builds more bones.
How does that make sense?
That's what I'm fucking telling you. That's the logic of this stupid movie.
Because it
But
would be
then-
the opposite, wouldn't it?
She decides to chase after these kids, and then as she's chasing after them,
Oh, she turns
she's
into a
bumping
monster.
into
Yeah.
rocks. She becomes the witch from from Snow White, and she's bumping into rocks,
like-
and then her body is healing.
Okay, so wouldn't it technically be brittle bone disease?
I don't fucking know. Sure, like osteoporosis, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't fucking know.
Because brittle bone disease is like the glass bones. So like that would make sense.
Oh, they
for
tell
the
them that
scene.
in Unbreakable, it has a name, like glastiopernosia or
Yeah,
something.
but one of the names is brittle bone disease.
Whatever. Who cares?
I'm sure it has this
point
big ass
is,
name that doctors make up.
She's
and-
chasing after Trent and Maddox, and she's breaking into all these rocks, and like her fucking bones are healing wrong.
This is supposed to be scary, by the
She
way.
eventually looks like a fucking a warped
Twisted.
spider creature.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. And then she's like, ah, ah. She reminded me. You ever see the episode of Futurama where the guy has bonitis? Remember
I can't remember.
God damn you!
I can't remember.
And he
things.
dies. He goes, my only regret is that I have bonitis. And he dies. That's totally what this bullshit reminded me of. So that's fucking stupid. She dies of bonitis.
During that scene, I was like waiting for the scary because it came off
No
as like
part of it
we're
was
trying
scary.
to be scary here.
And
No.
then fucking Kara decides to climb up the fucking rocks and falls back. And I'm like, oh, dude, we're going to see some splattered guts. What do they show? A finger? And then it cuts.
Oh yeah,
Like, fuck
they just
this.
didn't want to spend the money. That's all
Fucking
it comes down
bullshit.
to. You know, this is.
I think you're right. I
perfect-
think yeah.
the perfect
Maybe they didn't have a lot of
COVID
money.
movie, which is like we only have like 6 people on set, and
That's what the guilty felt like. But so at
we'll get
the
into that
end-
in the next video.
At the end, Trent and Maddox.
We're almost
What
40
the
minutes.
fuck? What happened to Kia Sedona? Do you remember?
He got stabbed to death. Yeah,
But what did
by
they do
crazy-
with him?
crazy old
yeah, by
dude.
crazy doctor.
they just left him there. Fuck him. At that point, everyone's dying.
The best too is crazy doctor is going nuts, and he starts talking to his.
What was
To
it?
his
Was
dead-
it Alzheimer's or?
I think it was
or
dementia.
Dementia, maybe. Yeah.
So he starts talking to his dead mother, and I guess this is supposed to be scary, but it's like a silhouette shot, right?
He
So you see
goes-
with the sun. But he grabs one of her bones and he starts scratching his head with one of her bones like a fucking caveman. It was like Captain fucking Caveman holding a goddamn bone. It was
Yeah, and it was all blurry too,
mind-bogglingly
right?
stupid.
It was all blurry.
Yeah,
It was just
no,
like
not blurry. It was silhouette. It was silhouetted.
okay.
So it
the
was all blurry.
blurriness was the other dude who caught cataracts or something.
That's right. How scary is that? And the worst is like, and then his wife goes deaf. So she's like, what? What?
Yeah.
And then he's like,
And then the
Oh my
doctor comes.
God.
The doctor comes and so he's got cataracts and you're telling me that he doesn't see the doctor coming when you do a shot of the blurry eyes and you could clearly see it's the doctor even though it's blurry. But no, he's like,
my
I
favorite
can't
is,
see anything.
What's that? What's that?
Who else do you think
I
this
don't
is?
fucking see, if I can't see shit, like my eyes are blurry and I see something coming at me, you better believe I'm gonna get fucking ready for something. He's just
On
like,
this beach?
huh? What? Oh my god. And then okay, we have to talk about this fucking terrible ending. So they decide
like-
at the end.
We're gonna be like maxing out the mics so many times. It doesn't show that it's super maxed
Because
out,
I've turned them down.
There was a few points that
I'm
one
smart.
of us were hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you-
Yeah, see now it's super high. But no, I turned the mics down because I'm smart. I knew I'd be fucking yelling during this dumb movie. But
Podcast.
they
show,
decide.
episode.
Oh yeah. Well, no, during Old as our movie of choice.
What were
Old.
What are we reviewing?
So
M.
then
Night Shyamalan.
they realize, go to the coral. My uncle doesn't like coral.
No, all of a sudden he's like, maybe I should decode this. Why didn't you decode it earlier? The whole point at this point was like he should have decoded it earlier. Ho! As a kid, I have this thing to decode from my best friend that I've never had a friend before.
Yeah.
And I decided to just hold on to it. Oh, I forgot about it. And then at the end,
Thankfully,
that just fucking helps
It
me
stayed in my shorts this entire fucking time.
when I'm fucking 60 at this point.
And then it says, it doesn't even say go to the coral. It says my uncle doesn't like coral.
I'm pretty sure it's father. I think he's adopted.
No, it says his uncle.
Does
I
it?
fucking know.
Okay.
That's why the guy that ran the place was a white dude with a red beard.
That's what I was saying. Like, it
and the
could
little
be.
Boy was like, Ibsy
I
or
just
something's his name?
I just thought he was adopted because he was
Oh,
because he
maybe.
said that he yeah I
He
just
doesn't
think
have
he's
any friends.
adopted from that location.
That was supposed to say because everybody who comes to the thing goes away and dies.
obviously, yeah.
But
Well, even so, if you lived on a resort and you were a kid, you wouldn't keep friends.
I would. I just fucking murder
No,
them.
no.
and
How many friends
keep their bones
do
and
you,
scratch my
as
head
an
with it?
adult, move away from and you've never talked to? You just they just stay on your Facebook if you had one.
I don't like Facebook.
I don't either.
There's
Shit.
too many people trying to send me
Nudes.
no, what are they called? Anorexia pills.
Or in my friends' cases, they keep seeing the stupid Because Movies show.
They're like, I told these fuckers I don't want to watch them.
So yeah, he decodes the thing. It says my dad. I'm pretty sure.
It says uncle.
I'm pretty sure it's my dad.
All right, whoever is right gets to decide the
I'm
next
just
movie
I'm
we
gonna
watch.
put it there since I
See how it says uncle? I'm right, and put an arrow towards me
either way.
saying horse cock who was correct.
It was my.
Oh no, that
blank.
makes it look like I'm a horse cock. Say this guy has
no,
a
no,
horse cock
no.
in his.
You
correct.
already look like a horse cock. That's not. Anyway,
You should get that. What is
It's-
that TikTok thing where they turn into a horse?
it says that my blank.
You know what? My father.
I'm not doing that.
My.
There's Jugs.
No, don't hear the rest of the podcast.
No, it says that
Robert.
my uncle hates coral.
Okay. Like, what are you supposed to gain from that? That's like, what if he had said my uncle hates Lego?
Hates the Beatles.
What are you supposed to do? So they decide, oh, I know, let's swim to the coral.
Yeah. What do we do with it?
But they get to the coral. My favorite is so the
They
sister
immediately know what to do.
the sister is wearing like a pullover shirt, I guess, that her mom had.
Oh, I thought it was the bikini sack. I can't.
No, she
remember.
had a bikini, and she had a bikini, and then she had like that red shirt that went over.
Why do you go swimming in a shirt? If you, especially
That's the other question.
Yeah.
So it can get tangled on a piece of coral.
okay.
Now, you're wearing a shirt that's open in the middle. It has little tiny sleeves, and this one little strand gets caught on the piece of coral. What's the first thing you do?
Take the shirt off.
That's what someone would do. They would take the shirt off. She's like,
But
"Oh
it's
no!
stuck.
Oh, gasp!"
That's why I thought it was the bikini for some reason.
No, it was
or
that stupid
whatever
shirt
she was
she's in.
wearing.
So then, instead of taking the fucking shirt off, they just rip it. I'm like, "What the fuck?
Why?
Just take the
Well,
shirt
just
off,
do
you
that in the
idiot!"
first place.
And then they
I'm stuck. I'm losing air.
take your shirt
Shit.
off. What? Oh wait, you're my brother. No, the shirt. You've got a bikini. Take the shirt off.
There was all okay. They were brother and sister. No, there was a lot of sexual tension there,
I'm not
especially
going anywhere.
near the end.
I'm not going anywhere near that.
I'm just saying.
I agree, but I'm not going anywhere near that.
There was
That's where I
looks
thought they were
and-
going to go, but I was like, maybe not.
Yeah.
But so they get to the coral.
To be honest, okay, you age at that rate. You've gone through the experience. You're like 60 now. What 50 something?
Who cares? The wife or the sister's never had sex. She never got
Where are
down.
you gonna go?
She wanted to fuck mid-sized sedan.
How are you gonna live your life now? You're gonna die soon. The whole experience had to be taxing on your body. Like, you might as well go with your brother at this point. I'm just
I
saying.
can't get pregnant.
You guys went through the
Somebody
same
that's gonna
experience.
understand.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a
You thought this movie was
scientific-
dark, and you decided to go down an even darker
I'm sure
path.
there's a psychological thing about that because it's like the Big Brother effect where it's different because you're in.
He's gonna watch you dig yourself into this hole. Oh fuck! Keep on describing it.
No.
Asshole.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
So
done.
they go to the coral. Now,
I
you
knew
tell
that
me-
was going to take me another 10 minutes to explain it. I'm just.
We're already at
I
fucking
give
6
up.
hours.
Yeah.
What happens in the coral?
It's gonna be like a 6 gigabyte file. Do you know how long these
Terabyte.
take to encode?
Terabyte.
Like a 20-minute video is usually about an hour. This is gonna be a couple hours overnight.
You're gonna have a beard like he should have had. In this stupid
I
fucking
wish
movie.
I could turn.
What
on the
happens in the
QuickTime.
coral?
They go through a circle, like under the. There's like a circle, and there's like an archway underneath the water, and they go through it, and then they come up, and they're fine.
Yep.
They escaped the area by doing this,
They didn't de-age. They didn't nothing.
which would have been cool.
Which
I would have been
made
happy with that
sense.
if they went through it and they came out as like the kids again.
Yep.
I would have been happy with that ending. But then they go into the worst.
You describe this.
Oh, I
part,
hate when
'cause
you
I've
do this
talked
to
too
me.
much.
I'm gonna
like how
play
you
that
can see-
26 times.
I like
of
how you see just
saying,
the word "but." Stuff is covered up.
okay,
Oh shit! I forgot to tell you something that happened the other day. So I was coming back from
right
Brampton.
after you just said you talked too much.
I was coming back from Brampton, and I stopped at that little place to get some food on the way home. And this dude in the drive-through window goes, I can tell. He goes, oh, you're a Star Trek or a Star Wars fan, huh? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I can tell by all the Star Wars crap on your car.
This guy has no tact. He's just like
And
fucking
he's like,
says
no, and he
shit.
goes, your tattoos are cool. But I was laughing. I'm like, Star Wars crap on your car.
I
like,
wish,
"That's funny."
I wish I like. I'm not that person. Like in my brain, I'm that person
That you wanna say that's
that I
all
just
crap?
want to say shit.
Oh, your
that
tattoos
comes
suck.
to mind. No, I wouldn't say that to you. No, but I mean like in
I'm
general.
saying about you, but not to
like
you.
for example, you're in a public elevator, you're about to leave, and someone is right in front of the door on the other side, like waiting for the elevator, and they don't move for you. They expect to come in first for some reason.
See,
How do I leave?
I'm one of those assholes that I'm like, move. Yeah, I'll do that to people because I'm really.
That's what I want to do. But then I think of these scenarios where it's like, oh, they're going to be upset, or
Yeah, but
I'll
you're a
feel
big guy.
bad.
What the fuck would you care?
I have a guilty conscience.
That's why you need. You know what? That's why a lot of my
I don't feel bad for putting this out for people and them having to deal with watching all of this.
a lot of my
but-
friends have been like big guys like you, and Sean's even bigger than you.
What are you trying to say?
That I like fat dudes. I like
Okay,
big
thank you.
bears. I like to hug them.
Yeah.
But my
Yes, he
wife's
does.
always compared me to a yappy little chihuahua. So I'll get somebody that,
that.
has the muscle to back up my mouth. That way, if I'm like, yeah, go fuck yourself, and then someone comes, what'd you say? I'm like, I'll jump behind you and be like, hit him first. He said it.
Your luck we're gonna be in that situation and I'll just walk away. Like, nope.
He threw his voice, I swear.
No,
But I gotta say it with a British accent. Oh, he threw his voice, Black Rock.
I'll just watch you get hit twice and then I'll come into it. And you'll be
Oh,
like,
no.
why didn't you come in
Don't
sooner?
hit him. I need him for my podcast.
We haven't
right.
shot that last scene yet. Old is still recording.
So tell us about the scientific
The reveal.
Metroplex.
They go into this like they go back to the resort and it's like underground or something, and it's a big lab, and they're growing stupid shit. Who cares? It turns out that they are studying the effects of this
rock.
beach.
But it's the rock. They're
Yes,
studying
the rock
yeah.
surrounding it.
They're studying the rock. He just fucking sits there.
He shows up like guy or
He's a
dude.
dude. What's going on? The eyebrow goes up.
The camera goes weird, comes back.
And then he's an 80-year-old man,
Go
but
back-
still is a rock.
Watch our last episode.
And then he's a 6-year-old kid as a rock going, yeah, fuck you up.
So there's two things at play. The beach is some weird phenomenon that they don't even explain really. It's just there.
But they're scientifically studying it.
But they're studying the effects on it because they're a pharmaceutical company. And so they're purposely getting rid of people that won't be missed.
abnormality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have abnormal medical issues that they want to develop a cure for.
Now you got all this. How did you understand all this?
They said it. They just straight out said it.
We are at this place because we are trying to cover. Like it's delivered so poorly. Like it's literally like, oh my goodness, these people that were on the beach, and he's got like his clipboard in front of him. Yes, we are looking after this entire rock to see if we can use this rock as some new sort of way to stop people from. You're like, holy fuck, bud.
Literally, it's like they turn to their people and they go, "Congratulations, everyone! We have just gone to the next level of finding a cure for Parkinson's. Yay!" And it's like you get it at that point, but it's like, we got it already. Thank you. You didn't need that at all.
And they should go, where's 67 Pontiac Bonneville?
Where's Star Trek Laser? I don't know. Who cares?
Star Trek Enterprise.
We have to. Oh, I'm gonna say we have to get the gene that's in black people so that they don't age. It's like,
can you imagine if they had dropped that at the end of it? You'd have been like, oh my fuck.
and then they go to the helicopter where they're like that whole scene that you were saying where it's like, well, what are you gonna do now? Instead of showing us because they're lazy. What are you gonna do now? They're like, I guess I'll go hang out with my aunt.
It's so it's hard to describe
He's gonna go bang his sister.
how poor this movie is. At least fucking do that. That'd be something. But the movie is it's poorly acted. Mm-hmm. It's horribly written. Like, dude, this dialogue
It wasn't written.
is Tommy Wiseau.
This is one of those movies where the director brings the cast on scene
Yeah,
and they
let's
just do it
this.
as it goes.
And
That's literally what it is.
yeah, and the direction, the
Do you know
choices were just terrible.
Adi Shankar?
He played the Trent.
This is separate. Directed Dread and all that. He has this ADHD type brain where something that's coming out on Netflix next year is like a comic book style knockoff playing upon the tropes of that. And what he literally did was bring the actors on scene and have them deliver their lines
As a comic book.
poorly or whatever. It's like a funny play off of actual editing and directing, and then his brain just goes from think like this thing to this thing to this thing. So does the show, supposedly.
At least that'll be funny. I just
It's supposed to be good.
I couldn't. I was literally, honest to God, surprised by how bad it was. Because Shyamalan, his quality's been going down. But even when you watch The Visit, he still attempts to be scary in The Visit with parts of it. With Devil, there's still attempts to, and I know he only produced Devil. But this one, there was no attempts at anything.
This was just bad.
Yeah, you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
This was The Room bad. Is The Room?
It's not as bad as The Room, but it's pretty bad. Oh, shit. I called it Neil Breen. If you don't know who Neil Breen is, go find some Neil Breen movies.
Getting to an hour.
It's Neil Breen level acting.
This is a week in
Especially
itself.
The Mother. The Mother was
what time
fucking
is it?
terrible. What are we at? 53 minutes. Oh, yeah. The Mother was the worst. The Mother was just agonizingly bad.
I wonder if I go like this. This is such an ADHD podcast. But if like that's not going to be green screened anymore every time we go off camera, that's going to be like showing every time.
Yeah, good luck fucking figuring this out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Way to fuck it up. So
this is an experimentation.
I'm not sold on old.
Yeah, I normally I'd be like, watch it for the sake of laughing at it.
I'm old.
But it's not even that.
No, it's not. It's not enjoyable at all. I'd say watch it at least just once. Watch it once.
If you want to frustrate yourself, because the whole movie you want to pull your hair out.
Yep.
Like if I had any, I would pull it out during like.
Not your head.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Not like fuzzy nutsack.
You might as well get rid of that.
You'd be a Jewish kid like Trent.
That's borderline racist right there.
You said racist before.
I would never.
Remember what he said, the racist thing before.
I don't say anything racist. It's scientific, Rob.
Yeah. Israel's Jewish, only Jewish people are in Israel.
If you say something racist and right after say it was scientifically proven, I don't.
Yeah, you know who did that? Fucking Joseph Goebbels.
Donald Trump. Your next door neighbor does that all the time.
His wife is from
out
Portugal.
of 10.
Oh, fuck.
How would you rate
10?
old?
Out of 10 or out of Shyamalan movies?
No, out of 10. Just
out of 10. Oh, I think this one would be
Oh,
a solid 3.
really? That high?
Yeah. It has nothing going for it, but
No, I'm at 1.
it does have boobs.
I'm at 1. It's not,
Not
0.
naked boobs, but it does have boobs.
Okay, true.
I do like boobs.
When she grows up,
And they're flapping all
they're
around.
flapping on literally.
She's in the helicopter and it's her tits that are shaking to keep them up.
I spoke to my wife about this during the movie. I was just like, this is like so overly sexualized. As soon as she reached an age that you could, before, like, the thing that bothers me about it is that before that, when she was younger, oh, we're being really careful, and then 18.
I think we all know what Phil's point is. It's sexualize underage performers.
No, don't do that.
That's what I heard.
Don't do that. No, I'm just saying, like, if you're going to be careful, like overly careful beforehand, and then you're just like, okay, rules are off when you're 18.
That's what every mother
Yeah,
wants to hear.
True.
Rules
my
are off
my
when you're
first
18.
girlfriend. Anyway,
Was my sister, because we grew up on a beach together. Yeah, 1 out of 10. I'm a 3 out of 10. I was not sold. I was totally cold. It made my interest fold for old.
I was hoping this was going to be good.
You
At
need a
least
rhyme.
somewhat par, but it was far from.
Bold.
Yeah, it was bad. M. Night Shyamalan's going down the toilet. It's
Yep.
just I'm sad because I used to love his work, and
Dude, I remember a fucking
The
Time
Happening was so good.
I remember, I think it was Time Magazine had a cover, and I'll never forget it. It said, it showed a picture of him when he was filming Signs. It shows him in the cornfield, and it says, the next Spielberg across the bottom of it. And you're like, oh, that didn't age well.
Nope, neither did he. All right,
Who? Spielberg?
the whole movie didn't age well.
There you go. There's a pun.
On that horrible pun,
Follow us at becausemovies.org.
if you watched,
Did I say because? What did I say?
no, I have a challenge. I want to know if you watched this whole thing, 56 minutes, 57 minutes now. If you did, comment below. I want to see if even one person watched
You
that far into
are-
this one.
I will buy you one of
Will
these
you?
Peace Tea snowberry drinks. If you watch this whole fucking thing, I'll shake your hand and be like, you're bold for watching our review of Old.
Just gonna PayPal you $2.
It would cost more for the fucking transfer fee to
Yeah.
actually pay the person. But you'll get a shout out from me and Phil once he's out of jail, because he's probably going to get in a lot of trouble for saying that he wants to sexualize.
He's trying to
underage
go to a
performers.
whole hour. That's what he's doing. He's sitting there looking at the time.
I'm not the one talking about sexualizing underage people.
I was saying
That's
the
exactly what he
opposite.
said.
I was
Twitter.
saying that M. Night Shyamalan has
Grindr
a
is going to
weird
find out that that's what you
situation
brought up.
going on. And thank you for watching.
Yep. Thank you for follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook,
Because movies
And
podcast.com.
and then go to our website and watch us on YouTube and
TikTok.
follow us on TikTok.
All the exclusive.
Were you having a stroke? And follow us on Reddit at our own little, what do they call it, subreddit, and argue with us. Arguing is fun.
What did we cover on TikTok in our exclusives? No,
time
no,
are we at?
no, you're supposed to answer. Not give me the thumbs up. Do you even hear the question I asked?
I said blood work.
No.
That's your favorite movie?
No, well, you know.
And we talked about how the news has come out that Indiana Jones 5 is supposed to be a time travel movie. It's exactly.
I hope
that's
not.
the new rumor. Yeah.
No.
That's supposed to be a time travel movie.
Fuck. Oh, that would be cool if it went through like the other movies. If that's what they're playing on, that would be awesome. But if it's
I
just
want them-
generalized,
I want them to go to like Schindler's List, and there's Indiana Jones in Auschwitz. Fucking,
they go back to no, they're more likely to go back to like Mayan or something like that.
Star
'cause it's
Wars.
stupid. But if they went back into like the different Indiana Jones movies, kind of like Back to the Future goes back in its own.
I think that's
timeline,
why they're
that would
kinda
be
doing
cool.
it. Yeah. I mean, who knows? But that was just the rumor mill. Who knows if it's real?
End this, Rob.
End this, Rob. That's what my wife said about.
Your relationship.
Goodbye, everybody. End it, Phil. For fuck's sakes.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck was that?
I told you, I knew the old one was gonna be long.
That's the last time I give you caffeine.